I just wanted to reintroduce myself. Fall is really a season for change for me. I quit my job on Monday.
I'm doing just getting along. I'm doing just.
Bye guys. I know y'all probably like, I am so tired of this girl. But you can't be that tired of me if you're here watching. Alright guys, so I guess I should just do my introduction and then we'll get into what's been going on. So for those who know me as Mo Valdez, I just wanted to reintroduce myself as I will now be going by Morgan Valdez. So that's really my name. For those who know, you know, but for those who didn't know, now you know. So I guess let me retake my intro. Alright. Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. But if you're new to my channel, my name is Morgan Valdez and welcome to my channel. So this channel is really all about lifestyle, fashion, everything in between, and just coming along for my internet journal diary. I overshare. I'm a Cancer and I'm 24. On this episode of Keeping Up with Morgan Valdez, I'm gonna be talking about some new life updates that I have that I've been meaning to update you guys on, the plethora of content that I have yet to give you guys, given that I've just been, for lack of words, distracted. And yeah, let's get right into it without further ado. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be completely transparent with you guys. This fall is really a season for change for me. Substantially. So much has changed since the last time I spoke with you guys. Both good and like, I don't want to say bad, there's nothing bad, but just different, you get what I'm saying? So your girl is going through a very large transitional stage that God really wants her to go through. Do your ponytail or your bun way too tight? Like, I feel like my brain is throbbing. Basically, fall is doing just that.
Oddly enough, when I looked up the definition for fall, I got a multitude of definitions. These ones I included here, but every definition that I saw, whether it was a verb or a noun, they all had a major definition of some sort of transition, whether it be down or falling or any other indication of change. No lie, the word fall has at least 7 definitions, all alluding to the fact of some type of transition.
I had to throw that thing up into a bun because that ponytail was struggling. So this video is going to be centered around the seasons. As we are now currently in September, I wanted to kind of just talk about, you know, us transitioning from summer into fall. And honestly, fall is one of my all-time favorite seasons for a multitude of reasons, okay? Not just because I love the fall foliage, apple picking, pumpkin picking, apple spice this, pumpkin spice that. Yes, all of that stuff is cool. But I feel like fall is a transitional season emotionally. And I feel like this fall is going really hard with things either falling off, falling apart, or falling into place. And I really think that it's a 3-step journey that you must transition through to get through, if that makes any sense. So we're gonna dive in deep. We're gonna do a deep dive about my theory pertaining to fall. So my grandma, who is one of my favorite people in the universe, has a statement, like a slogan, and ultimately I want to get this tatted on me. I don't really know where, but I want to get it tatted on me. And her statement always is the following words, which is reason, season, lifetime. And she tells me to apply that theory to all of my relationships, all of my life events, etc. She says that there are certain things or people who come into your life for a reason. Some certain things or people come into your life for a season, meaning in a short period of time. And then there are certain people or things that are part of your life for a lifetime. And it is really hard to maintain that theory when you are going through whatever the reason is or whatever the season is, and really trying to figure out what is worth the extra work and attention that you want to apply your lifetime title to, if that makes sense, right? So again, I told you that this video is going to be a life update, but also, you know, just we having girl talk, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no wine or nothing, but I got my Stanley, and I hope you got something to drink too, because babes, we about to get into the tea. I literally quit my job. What's today? Thursday? I quit my job on Monday. I know I have my corporate content, girly content, but babes, I think I'm gonna make a whole other story time about that situation, because it's a story definitely behind it as to why I made this permanent decision pertaining to my first real corporate job. But I had it up to here with the place I was working at, with the manager that I was working with, that I was just like, you know what, enough is enough. I'm good, because miss, you gonna make me put my hands on you, and I don't really want to do that because I don't want to get arrested, you know what I'm saying? So I had to get up out of there. I believe that falls into the category of reason and season. First of all, we got into that job and we already knew that it was going to be a season. That's the mindset I already went into it with, pertaining to the fact that I'm not going to be here forever. This is not my career. This is not what I want to excel in. I don't want to grow in the company. No, don't ask me how I want to grow in the company. I just want to freaking, you know, come here for my paycheck, do what I got to do, and go home so I could do what I really want to do. But babes, I wasn't even doing what I really wanted to do, because my time, money, and tangible things are replaceable. Your time is not replaceable, and it is priceless. You can't even put a price tag on that, okay? You cannot freaking come back from losing time. That's why if it's not serving you, you need to get up out of there, respectfully. And you need to know when to call it quits. It's okay to fall off from something, especially a job, because you could always get another job. And that's really what I had to tell myself. I would have made a year if I stayed till October. I would have made 1 full year. First of all, let's keep it a stack. You know what? I don't even want to get into it. Because I really want this to be a full story time. Because honestly, it's a story, like for real. And it falls into the part of, I don't know if you've ever heard, this is a sidebar. We're going to jump back into the moral of this vlog real quick. But sidebar, and this is what the story time is going to be about. Before I even started working there, I had a black woman as a manager. And at first, I was so excited. I was like, yes, I've never worked in a prestigious place where I saw representation of myself. You know, she's a boss chick. You know, she's a brown girl doing it for the black girl, da-da-da-da. Babes, when I told my mom, like, who my manager was and, like, what I was excited about, she was like, oh. I was like, what? Black women managers, from what I've heard, and this is not all, okay? By no means is this all. They have many stereotypes. She fed into every single stereotype that there was. The angry black woman, the micromanager, etc., etc., etc. So it got to the point where I just couldn't take it anymore. I legitimately couldn't take it anymore. Me getting up in the morning, mind you, remember, I think I filled you guys in previously that I had to wake up at 4:44 in the morning. I would always push it to 5. 4:44 in the morning to leave my house by 6 o'clock. Make sure I catch a 6:30 train so I could get to work by 8:30, which I was always there on time, if not earlier. That was a treacherous commute. And by the time I would get home, by the time I would get on the train to come back home, I would catch a 5:08 train to come back home. Babes, I was exhausted. I just couldn't. I had made no time for my content. I was adamant on being like, yes, I'm gonna get my content edited and done on the train. I was so freaking tired. There was none of that. it started off really strong, but there was none of that toward the end. I just couldn't. I felt emotionally exhausted. I just was like, you know what? This is not for me right now. I'm gonna have to revisit you guys at a later point. And that's exactly what I did, which is why my content was few and far in between. I was not consistent, and this is my real dream, what I really wanted to do with myself. And I felt that my temporary situation, my seasonal situation, was hindering my lifetime situation. So ultimately I had to make the tough decision of like, you know what, it's not even worth my mental health anymore. So I'm gonna get up out of there. Again, we're gonna have a story time specifically dedicated to that, so I'll get back to that. But on another note, God works in mysterious ways, and your girl recently secured a new position, which is much closer to where I live. And no, it doesn't pay as high, it's not as whatever, but babes, again, you cannot put a price tag on your mental health. And quite literally, I am the happiest I've been. It's only been a couple of days, okay? It's only been a couple of days. I am the happiest I've been in months, knowing that I don't have to wake up at 4 something in the morning to catch a 6 o'clock train. Like, I don't think you understand. I was losing my mind, okay? So that's done. Your girl's still employed. We not missing no paychecks. And even if I wasn't, I was about to be like, you know what? We just about to go really hard with this content. Not that we're not about to still go hard with this content, but I was really content with it because I had to make a decision that, you know what? This is not for me. And the lesson within that was how to work with people you do not like, how to play that game, how to keep your composure, how to stay professional. I've learned major life lessons being in that position. Okay, so life goes on. What Beyonce say? She said something about quitting your job.
I just quit my job. I'm gonna find no drive. Damn, they work me so damn hard.
I'm gonna find a clip. But yes, so that's just a portion of my new fall season. That's the kicker. That jump started this, right? Additionally, I've had a couple of interactions fall off. People that I thought were my friends, but not really, right? Because I feel like we often ignore the signs of like, is that really my friend? Would my friend do that? I don't really think that's for me, right? So I felt that those interactions that I had have recently just fizzled out, and none of them have been like major blow-ups. Like, I've had friendship breakups that were like catastrophic, like literally us blacking on each other, going back and forth, this, that, and the third. But babes, these didn't even go down like that. Like, I really have very minimal to say. One of them I didn't have anything to say, and that's another thing. And honestly, I might get some mixed opinions on this, but I genuinely feel like when you're finally getting to have peace with yourself, sometimes you really don't need to have anything to say, like, at all. You just know that this is no longer for you, and you just remove yourself from the situation. And one of the interactions that I had with someone who I thought I was really, really close with, I just blocked her. Like, I just woke up one day and was just like, you know what? You know what you're doing. You know you're acting weird. I don't really have anything to say to you because I don't have anything nice to say to you. And I know we all learned that lesson as a child. I know I sometimes struggle with it. But if I don't have anything nice to say to you, I just shouldn't say anything to you at all, right? So I just removed myself from that situation. And I felt like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders. And you know that situation wasn't for you if you immediately feel a sense of relief after completely cutting ties or breaking ties with someone or something that at one point gave you anxiety or made you feel unsure about yourself. So I just, moved on from that. Did it hurt initially? Yes, but I feel that my brain kind of prepared itself before I made the final decision of like, you know what, I'm gonna block you because I don't really want to have any further conversation about this. And sometimes like people will say, oh, you need closure, this, that, and the other. No, you don't always need closure. I feel like you should develop closure with yourself. If you're content with your decision, you already have closure. You don't need to have conversation with that person to further deepen the wound that's already open there. And if you're already in the mode of acceptance, you already have received your closure. So go ahead and close that chapter. So I'm really there with it, you get what I'm saying? So, and I just know that God has something major in store for me, and these are lessons for me. Again, another reason and season, I feel genuinely that everybody can't come with you where you're going. Everyone can't be a part of your journey. I feel that 2025, and even before then, I honestly feel that these next couple of months are going to be very pivotal in my life and make me who I ultimately want to be as a woman, as an Afro-Latina woman, as a woman of color, as a woman in America, etc., etc., etc. I really think that these next couple of months are going to be very critical and crucial to my character development. My boyfriend is always talking about, yeah, that's good for your character development. That's good for your character development. Again, I just feel that, you know, and even if that, God forbid, even if that were to be ultimately some type of reason, right? You know, I'm really in a stage in my life where I feel that I need to really just let go and follow in the direction that God is trying to lead me in. I've been trying to tap more into my faith. I know you guys know that I've talked about this numerous times. I am looking for a church home. I do have a church that I like to watch online called Emmanuel Baptist Church. It's in Brooklyn, but who's traveling to Brooklyn every Sunday? I mean, I don't know. I feel like I go to the city quite often, so I need to make time for God, because God doesn't have time for me. You get what I'm saying? All jokes aside, I really need to make time for him. But I have a really hard time just going to any church. I really need to feel some type of spiritual connection there. But again, that doesn't change my relationship with him. I still talk to him regularly, daily, multiple times a day. And your girl loves to watch some Sarah Jakes Roberts, okay? Sarah Jakes Roberts, okay? We're here. In my head, that's my girl. She really be speaking to me. Again, I just really enjoy watching sermons. I have a heavily faithful family. You know what I mean? I grew up in the church, and I just feel like I need to get back to those roots. So, again, I say all of this to say that look at fall, the next couple of months from September, October, November. I really would appreciate if you guys kind of follow suit with me a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Look at fall as things literally falling into the ways that they are supposed to do so. Falling into everything that you've ever wanted. Everything is going to fall into place. Again, everybody can't come with you. Reason, season, lifetime, okay? Keep that in the forefront of your mind, because it will get you through so many things. It will really make you content with the roller coaster we call life. And babes, trust me, I do not have it down pat. I have moments, honestly, right before I filmed this video, I was like, oh my God, what if this is not for me? Because also, that's another thing. Making content has been giving me anxiety. I don't even know what it is. I've been feeling super anxious, and with the anxiety comes my lack of motivation to want to produce for you guys. But I was talking to my therapist. You know, I'm in therapy. I was talking to my therapist, and she was saying that, you know, every time you have those feelings, force yourself to do it. Force yourself to do it no matter what. Force yourself. It's literally like, it might be 12 now. I started making this video at like 11 something at night, and I was just like, I have to get it done. I cannot not get it done. I don't care how messy my hair looks. I don't care how I look. I have to get it done, because I had something on my chest that I really wanted to say, and I felt like I owed you guys an explanation. But with that being said, you guys are pretty much up to date. Yeah, it is now mid-September. I have so much for you guys to stay tuned for. And I'm not going to say too much, because I feel like I made a lot of promises in the past that I did not uphold. So just keep faith in me. Keep coming back. Keep supporting me, because it is so appreciated. I don't think y'all understand. And until next time, I love you guys so much. I hope you guys got the keen points out of this video. And stay tuned for more. That's all I really have to say. I love you guys so much. Have a great night. Bye.